Welcome to Defeat Depression with Diet. I am Bridget McGrath. I am a registered dietitian. I got to be totally honest, these bangs are just bugging the heck out of me because I embarrassingly took a scissor to my own bangs and I am rubbish at cutting my own hair. So anyway, I might futz with it a little bit. So thank you for being here. It's so awesome that you're here. You took the first step. Yay, you. Okay, what can you expect? And who the heck am I, right? Why should you listen to me? So yes, I'm a registered dietitian. I own a gym in South Lake Tahoe. I'm also certified strength and conditioning specialist. So usually what I do is fat loss, but I'll be honest with you, I don't do fat loss like by concentrating on fat loss. I actually achieve fat loss by working on everything else, by working on how do you feel. So by concentrating on how you feel, I've gotten really good at serotonin production, dealing with depression and anxiety. So that's what I primarily focus on. I'm working on PhD in nutrition psychology. And so this is my passion. But you might be wondering, like, why? Why do I care? Why do I care about depression and anxiety? So, okay, this is me. Let's look a little bit. Okay, that's me and my husband. There's your co-picture. I was a fitness competitor. That's one of my pictures from the competition that I did. That's a friend of mine that I was training at the time. So basically, I walk the walk and I talk the talk is what I'm kind of getting out here. But why do I care about depression and anxiety? Okay, this is my mom. This is a scene from Irreconcilable Differences. She has bipolar disorder and a couple of other disorders. When you grow up with a parent that has really high highs and really low lows, you get really good at reading the room and you care about the issue. So these are my siblings. All of us grew up with a propensity because we have the gene, and genes are all about turning on or turning off. So I grew up with a propensity for high highs and low lows. Now I and my sister there do really cute. My sister is like, imagine if the British baking show were a person and it's just like a hug of a person. That's my sister. That's my sister. So anyway, I tend to be on the too high of serotonin range, which manifests itself in ennui, like kind of disassociation from life, like I just don't care, that kind of feeling, where my sister gets more of the typical or neurotypical signs and symptoms of depression. And then my older brother, the one who's on the far side there, he gets the higher highs, the low lows. The only one who kind of escaped it is the one who has his head against me. And so like when you have that propensity, you understand it and you care about it. What I want to get to, like, right off of the bat is everyone is unique. Like, there is no one size fits all. But and every diet should be unique too. Like, Sally should be on the Sally diet, Bob should be on the Bob diet, and Bob shouldn't be eating what Sally's eating just because it worked for Sally, because it ain't gonna work for Bob. So, like, depression, anxiety, far more common than you think. As you can see from this graph, 18% of Americans experience some form of depressive symptoms, and that ranges. It can be really severe, can be mild, but that's a large portion of people. So you're not alone. There's a lot of people that have this issue. And this is in the United States. Like, there are similar studies that show in the entire world, like, depression is somewhere in the 20 to 25% range. It's just underreported. So just know you're not alone. It's really common, and there's something you can do about it. And it isn't always a pharmacological solution. So a lot of people with depression, there's a deficiency there. It's not something you're doing wrong. It's not like, you didn't do such and such. It's that's not what I'm getting at. It's mostly neurological. Now, some people, they produce serotonin well. Some people, they don't, like, it doesn't stay active in the space long enough to produce dopamine. And I'll get into all of these, what I mean by serotonin, what I mean by dopamine, and what I mean by oxytocin and everything. But like, here's the takeaway. The takeaway is your brain may not be working with you. And that's what we want to get to the point of, so that you feel like a badass. Like, who doesn't want to feel like a badass, right? So what can you expect over the next 21 days? Okay, every single day, there's going to be a mini challenge. So every day, I'm going to maybe send you on a scavenger hunt in your pantry. Or I'm going to, okay, let's start taking magnesium. Or, so every day there's going to be a mini challenge within the whole challenge. The whole challenge being, let's feel less depressed and less anxious. So there'll be many challenges within. I'll give you that challenge every day. You'll get an email. So you want to add my name to your recipients list so that you get the emails, because you don't want to miss out. And like some of the days it's going to be followed by an expert interview. And then some of the days it's just me. But it's always going to be informative, it's always going to be useful, and it's always going to be productive. And if I had my druthers, what I'd have you come away with is solutions, not focusing on the problem, but focusing on the solution. Knowing that you're not alone, there's a lot of other people that have this issue, and some people are struggling with it. Some people, they're gritting through, but it's never about what you're not doing. It's what you could be doing just to feel better. And another thing that I want to focus on too is, for every person, the solution might be slightly different. So like some of these days, it might work out great for you. And you're like, oh my God, I feel great. And then other days like, that didn't work so much. Don't worry. That's not on you, and it's not on me. It's just everybody has a different solution, and some things work better for other people than yourself, So watch your emails. But today's challenge. Okay, so what we're going to do today is, right after you watch this video, here's what I want you to do. I want you to sit down somewhere that's a little bit quiet. This is only going to take 5 minutes. Don't worry about it. It's not a huge, big deal. Sit down and write what you want to get out of this. What is your desired outcome? And be specific. Don't just say feel better. Feel better. What does that mean? Like, how? Feel better, how? So write down your desired outcome and your why, because your why is huge. When you can drill down to like, okay, I want to be more active with my kids. Why? Because they feel like I'm not present. They feel like they're alone, and they don't feel like, I'm actively participating in their lives. I don't have kids. I'm just using this as an example. I have dogs and cats. But anyway, like, write down your why, because we're going to drill back into this in a later day. So write down your outcome, write down your why. I promise it'll be worth it. There's not going to be other journaling and vision boards and other nonsense. Like, this is going to be productive, I swear. Okay, so watch for tomorrow's video. Tomorrow is going to be about sleep and the importance of sleep. Again, I'm so glad you joined us. Looking forward to seeing you over the next 20 days. Okay, take care. I forgot something. Okay, so if you have a friend that also, like, you think could benefit from this, don't hog it. Why are you hogging it? You don't want to bogart the good info. So tell your friends about it. It's free. Why wouldn't you? Like, just be a good person and share the love. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.